Okay, just going to look at factorising where you have the sum is imaginary and the product is equal to a real number. So when this happens, it means that the sums, they have an I in it. So like, let's just say two things are multiplied to give 5, so that would be 5 and 1. Now when you multiply this out, that would be 5 times I squared. 5 ones are 5, I squared, which will give you minus 5. Okay, so if we're looking at this now, the two numbers, in order to give a plus 4, would have to be plus 5 minus 1. So if you did multiply those, you end up with minus 5i squared, which ends up being plus 5, which actually matches the product that you have here of positive 5. So plus 5i minus I, and you would get z plus 5i, z minus I. Okay. This is one method of doing this. Is just by factorising. There is another method where you can also complete the square. So this one here, the product is 6, the sum is minus 5i. So it's z squared. Now, it's going to be, we're going to have 6, either 6i times 1i, which will give you minus 6. But we've got to get a minus 5, so it's minus 6i, because we're going to get minus 5 in the middle. Minus 6i plus 1i, which gives you minus 5i when you add it, but it'll give you minus 6i squared, which is 6 when you times it. So that would mean that the actual factors here would be, let's see, z minus 6i, z plus I. Okay, let's just check that. Z minus 6i, z plus I, so it's going to be minus 6iz and plus 1iz, which gives you minus 5iz. And the product would be minus 6i times I, which gives you minus 6 times I squared, which is minus 6 times minus 1, which is positive 6. So the product is positive 6 and the sum is minus 5i. So this one here, that 9, we're trying to get 8. So let's try for minus 9i plus 1i. Because minus 9 plus 1 is 8. And that's going to give you minus 9i, z minus 9i, z plus I. Okay, that's minus 9 plus 1, and minus 9 times I is plus 9, because it's minus 9 times I squared. This one here, you want to get a 10. Now, I don't think that one's actually going to work. I'm just looking at that. There must be a sign error. Actually, there's not a sign error. I'm just going to change this 9 to, the 9 can be changed to 11, and then I'll actually factorise. So I'll make that 11. Okay, let's make a darker colour. All right, so 11. So that would be 11i and I. And we're trying to get 10. So we're going to get plus 11 minus I. And when you do 11 times I times I, you get I squared. So you get minus 11. You get, okay, plus 11 times a minus 1 will give you minus. So it'll be minus 11i squared, which will be minus 11 times minus 1, which gives you the plus 11. So it'll be z minus 11, plus 11i, and z minus I, because they're the factors that were found here and here.